From plus 900 to plus 900, yep, that's the change in Los Angeles Clippers championship odds before and after they announced the Russell Westbrook signing. Basically, there's no change at all. But is it surprising? You tell me. The betting companies seem to believe that Russell Westbrook will make absolutely no difference to the Clippers' goal of winning the championship. And it might just be right too, given Westbrook's recent impact on the Lakers. It seems that the betting companies aren't too far off. That's why, just before the rumors of Westbrook's move to the Clippers broke out, the Clippers' odds were around plus 900 to win the NBA championship. And then when the announcement was made, the odds still remained plus 900. Yeah, it's absolutely insane, isn't it? Theoretically speaking.
Russell just shoots the gaps with that quickness and then pulls it up, waits for the dive man, Anthony Davis for the easy.
Adding a player like Westbrook should change the odds. I mean, the man's a former MVP. Realistically speaking, any of the former MVPs joining a team as good as the Clippers would definitely boost their odds. Take a look at Kevin Durant, for instance. The Suns were plus 1,800 to win the title. Understandable, given how bad their season has been, what with injuries and all, but add KD to the equation and the Suns' odds improve to second best, right behind the Boston Celtics. So that begs the question, why is it different for Westbrook? Well, it might have something to do with his stay with the Lakers. There were a lot of expectations from Russ when he joined the Lakers, but things just didn't work out in LA for him.
This time Anthony Davis finds a dive man, and that's Russell Westbrook, who gets the touch foul, and he's got a chance at a three-point opportunity here and see if he can bring the Lakers to within three.
And who leads the Lakers in assists?
He wasn't a great fit in that team with LeBron's dominance on the ball, and Westbrook being a poor three-point shooter meant that the Lakers just couldn't use his skills enough. In his second season with the Lakers, both parties decided to work things out, and Westbrook was asked to take on a sixth-man role. He played it to perfection.
What a defensive play, though, by Russell Westbrook. Chases down his steal and then throws up the lob, and DeAndre Jordan just hammers one.
In fact, he's been in the running for the award of Sixth Man of the Year this season. However, despite that role, the Lakers just couldn't close out games because Russ was still too wasteful. Many Russ fans would tell you that he was also made into a scapegoat on occasion, and I have to agree, that's absolutely spot on. In fact, playing in that Lakers side was hell itself. Even without Westbrook, they weren't doing themselves any good, so I believe he wasn't completely to blame. At the same time, he was also their only asset, considering he's getting paid well over $40 million a year, and when the franchise got him off the books, they ended up turning around their entire roster. That meant getting in a decent guard in D'Angelo Russell, and also a couple of three-point shooters and a defender. But the point still remains.
Westbrook brings it up, drives up Tucker, gets inside, fall back, it's good! Back-to-back buckets from Westbrook, timeout Miami, the Lakers back up by 2.
Westbrook got unfair criticism on many occasions simply because the rest of the supporting cast was quite bad, which is why I have a feeling his second stint in LA won't be that bad. Yeah, Westbrook should make a big impact on the Clippers. Look, the Clippers are a team with the best depth in the entire NBA, probably among the top 3 if not the absolute best. They consistently make the playoffs. Yes, they fall at the final hurdle, but they've been a little too unfortunate with injuries to their superstars. Now though, with Russ on the roster, I feel they can actually go all the way. The betting companies may not think too much of Westbrook's possible impact, but I have a feeling he'll be just fine in that team.
Help them kind of guide their way through. For the Kings, they've got 24 games remaining. Back the other way, Westbrook lays it in.
More importantly, in a way, his stint with the Lakers has helped him elongate his career in the NBA. Now, if the team wants him to assume a bench role, he'll be more than happy to do that. If they want him to start, then he'll be surrounded by quality players who can shoot the ball, and he wouldn't have to make every shot with everything being dependent on it. Most important of all, though, is the fact that Westbrook can run plays without stepping on Kawhi's toes. Kawhi just isn't as ball dominant as LeBron, and that adds to the kind of fit he'll end up being to the Clippers' big two.
Be a ton of spacing, I can assure you of that. 24-18, Clippers are out in front. 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. Kawhi Leonard, maybe the easiest bucket.
I just think people underappreciate what a special player Westbrook has been this season, and that's why he gets disrespected so much by younger fans. Westbrook is the real Mr. Triple-Double, even at this age. For the Lakers, he was consistently getting or coming close to that stat line from the bench. Now, surrounded by shooters and decent players, Westbrook will have an easier time flexing his triple threat ability. He may have lost some of his speed, but he still remains one of the fastest players in transition, which means he's a certified bucket in those situations.
Here's Westbrook.
Westbrook gets free and lays it in. Timeout, Denver. It's a 5-point game, a 10-0 Clippers run.
Westbrook can pick out a pass. That's something even LeBron and the Lakers will agree with. He's prone to turnovers, yes, but when you've got a decent supporting cast, picking out a pass for someone like Westbrook will be too easy. Not to mention, he's a great rebounder too, despite his comparatively smaller frame. All these things, on paper at least, should be great additions to what the Clippers already have, and that's why I firmly believe that Westbrook gets disrespected a little too much. Winning the MVP in the 2010s is up there as one of the most impressive achievements of all time.
And the winner of the 2017 Kia NBA Most Valuable Player Award is Russell Westbrook.
And yes, he might not be as good at 34 as Kevin Durant or LeBron James were or are, but he can still end up playing a more than useful part for a team as good as the Clippers. In fact, Westbrook could be the X factor in their bid to win the NBA.
Powell attacks. Westbrook to the rim and lays it in. 151-148, timeout Sacramento.
Look, it's simple. The Clippers traded away Reggie Jackson and John Wall, and they really needed another guard. Westbrook makes a lot of sense, despite the kind of contract he's on. Tyronn Lue has also made it clear that he wants a point guard in his rotation, and with input from Paul George, the Clippers made the decision of recruiting Russ. For a team that ranks 24th in pace and 22nd in tempo, someone like Westbrook should be a breath of fresh air. His veteran experience should be a huge addition to the Clippers, and not to mention, Russ is someone who can get his own shot at the rim, which is something that the Clippers definitely need in the playoffs.
So the Favors foul is what did it. Dort laid off. And he even got part of the ball, but Westbrook stayed with it.
But the biggest thing that Russ brings to the side is intensity and energy. These are the things you really need when you're down in a playoff game. And Westbrook is prone to turnovers, yes, but then again, few players in the NBA aren't. It is a risky trade, no doubt about it. But the thing about risk is that it pays off big time. But there's also risk involved for Westbrook. If this experiment with the Clippers fails, Russ's value in free agency will suffer greatly. No one would want to take a punt on him, especially for the kind of money he'll demand. So it's in his best interests to get in shape and adapt to the needs of the Clippers roster. But this is also a chance for Westbrook to improve his reputation that took a hit with the Lakers. He'd absolutely love to rub it in the faces of the Lakers fans and the franchise that was extra rude and critical of him, especially if the Clippers make the playoffs ahead of their arch rivals. And Westbrook can make a case for staying in the NBA for a long time if this experiment works out. That's all I had on the Clippers NBA championship odds with the Westbrook signing.